Hello, dear friends. Here we are. It's Wisdom for the Spiritist Practitioner. And we need a lot of wisdom, don't we? We need a lot of wisdom to really make us feel that we are calibrated. Thank God we're not alone. Thank God we have these loving spirits who keep instructing us beyond the time of their very existences and their very time of psychographing these messages. Tonight or today, depending on where you are, we have a special teacher, Emmanuel. Yes, the spirit mentor of Chico Xavier is with us. The message we're going to read is psychographed by him. And he brings to us this knowledge that is really unique. This is from the book Educandário de Luz, Educational Institute of Light. And this book has a compilation of messages that several spirit authors in their wisdom brought to us, special instructions for the Spiritist practitioner. More than ever in our Spiritist movement around the world, we need courses, instructions for the Spiritist practitioners. We have enough knowledge in Spiritism for the broader public. I'm not saying it's enough, but we lack instruction right now in greater formats for the Spiritist practitioner. So Kardec Radio is reaching out to everyone around the world, today and always, to nourish their souls and to empower them as Spiritist practitioners. That's why we're here in this unique series. And today, the message is the Spiritist in the team. The Spiritist team, of course, right? We're going to read the message just to give you a flavor of it. And soon after, we will say hi to you and break it down. The spirit mentors that guide the works of Kardec Radio always help us understand a little deeper the message and give us also exercises so we can sooner than later apply it and reach higher levels of understanding. Shall we, friends? So, the Spiritist in the team. Are you a Spiritist practitioner? Are you engaged in a Spiritist center? Let us talk about it, shall we? The Spiritist in the team. Emmanuel. Okay. Numerous companions will be convinced that integrating a Spiritist group is about witnessing the routine actions of the institution to which they bind themselves and help with simple financial obligations. But it's not like that. The Spiritist in the set of spiritual achievements is an intelligent gear with the duty to function in tune with the overall objectives, with the higher objectives of the machine. A Spiritist temple is not a simple construction of material nature. A Spiritist center is a point on the planet where the reasoned faith studies universal laws, mainly about conscience and justice, edification of the destiny and immortality of the being. Home of enlightenment and consolation, renewal and solidarity, the Spiritist Center is the place where each heart that composes its moral structure resembles a living piece of love in the sustenance of the work itself. It is not enough to attend the meetings. It is necessary to pay attention to its needs, offering solutions during the meetings. It's necessary to respect the management of the center, but also to contribute spontaneously with the directors in extinguishing the criticisms and the quarrels, the disturbances and the difficulties as soon as possible before it becomes a reason for scandal. It's important to listen and make constructive comments. To listen and to make constructive comments. The Spiritists in the team shall perform tasks considered tiny, such as appeasing a child, supporting the sick, removing a a hazard, or providing an explanation without being asked for. Above all, in the Spiritist organization, the Spiritist is called to collaborate with the common harmony, silencing little sensitivities and erasing resentments, stimulating the good and forgetting omissions on the terrain of the individual demands. All of us, incarnated and discarnated, attend the Spiritist Center with the intention of receiving the attention of the messengers of the Lord. However, the messengers of the Lord likewise expect our cooperation in the protection to others, and our help to them will be above all to work and to serve, to assist and to give. This is Emmanuel in the message, the Spiritist in the team. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised, because we're not surprised, because Emmanuel taught Chico Xavier how to be successful in his spiritual accomplishments. And the number one thing was discipline. Discipline of emotions, discipline of actions, discipline of thoughts, discipline overall. Right, friends? Let me say hi to you, to those who are here and I can see, because sometimes I realize I cannot see everybody. John De Rosa is here. Thank you, John. Here we have Andrea Torres, beautiful Leia Severo. Andrea Torres, thank you for the beautiful hearts and the flowers. Lisa Telly, Silvio Otero, Teresa Castro, Ron Crockett, how are you? Karina, Alice, how are you? Sunshine, and Julija, Lívia Moraes. Friends, we also have Cara Correa with us. We know she's with us, and it's good to have her with us as well. This message is very, very important as a calibration for us. How often we think that simple participation, our physical presence is everything. As if we were a celebrity. Some people are like this. Oh, but I was there. But what did you do? Nothing. I was there giving my support. But what did you do? Nothing. I was just there giving my support. And when you ask them, but what did you do? I was just there giving my support. But are you a celebrity? No, but I was there. But what did you do? Nothing. So going to the center and attending the meetings does not do the deal. And you see, he doesn't talk about the Spiritist worker, the Spiritist practitioner. He talks about the Spiritist. The Spiritist. Right, Larissa? How are you? The Spiritist, Emmanuel says, many people think that being a part of a Spiritist group is just going there, participating, and sometimes, because we know, minority help financially. Minority. We always think things just happen out of the blue. We don't know who pays the bills. We don't want to know. We don't want to help. And that's not a charitable action. We need to know that bills are to be paid. We're not going to request, but things cost money. Oh yeah, Kardec Radio, to have the whole system. I know many people ask for more and for more, and we're about to release a new website, a new app, a new podcast system. But on the behind the scenes, it's about money. Money is there to make it all work and function. And Kardec Radio, I tell you this, is so successful that we are in more than 100 countries around the world. And why we're saying this? Because it's just growing to other levels, and the material sustenance of it comes with a lot of sweat. And we have more than 2 million listens since the first days of Kardec Radio. Oh yeah, more than 2 million listens through Kardec Radio system. No wonder other networks, other publishers are constantly connecting to Kardec Radio and willing to interact, because we have conquered grounds. You and I, the whole team around the world in both realms. But this doesn't come out of the blue. And we know there's a lot of work, and in a Spiritist center, it's no different. In a Spiritist setting, Emmanuel says, it's not like that. He uses that expression. The Spiritist is an intelligent gear with the duty to work in tune with the superior objectives of the machine. So we're not there just to get in and out and, yeah, I participated. But are we collaborating with the goals of the superior spirit? So what is it that we need to do? He says the Spiritist temple is not simply a material construction. Like Kardec Radio and other radios and other magazines, they are not a material construction only. First happens in the spiritual realm, then the material realm manifests it. It says that a Spiritist center is a point on the planet where we reason our faith regarding the universal laws. A home where we cherish enlightenment, consolation, renewal, solidarity, and it's not enough to attend the meetings. He is saying this to the Spiritists overall, so you can tell to the practitioners and to the non-practitioners, but the Spiritists in your centers, the role is not to come, attend, and leave. They need to engage. They need to participate. They need to do more to help. And it's necessary to pay attention to the needs of the center, offering solutions. So if a center has a fundraiser, and we are connected to that center, our moral obligation is to participate. Oh, but Vanessa, no, we have to participate in some way. We cannot simply wash our hands and say, I don't care. No. If your home, the family, has a goal, we need to participate. It's our moral obligation. People are not dismissed from their obligation, and we need to raise that awareness. There is no obligation per se, but there is an inner push. How can a family move forward if the family doesn't have a family plan? The head of the house cannot say, for the next month we're going to save $10 a day. And I am part of the family and say, okay, then you save the $10 a day. I'm going to spend $10 a day. That's not family. In a Spiritist center, the whole center moves forward. We do a campaign. Whomever comes finds a pathway. We need to empower each and every attendee to be more engaged. They need to do their part. They cannot come in and out and say, I receive, and I never give. Or I give just sometimes. No, no, no. We need to engage ourselves. Says Emmanuel, it's not enough to attend the meetings. We need to respect the management of the center by spontaneously contributing with the directors of the center. Extinguishing criticisms, quarrels, disturbances, difficulties. This is interesting. And only psychology could explain why sometimes people don't follow this. You know why? Usually people who have issues with their parents, they're going to create issues in the Spiritist Center with the directors of a center. You know why? Projection. The unresolved feelings with the inner parents are going to be projected in the figures of authority in the center. And then we came in, we love those people, but soon as we identify affectively, we start projecting. Right, Karina? All the studies in psychology would explain this to us. So we would do a great favor to everybody in the community by telling people, go work on your unresolved emotional issues, but do not project them in here, in the center. It's very common. A person has a problem with a mother or a father. Soon after, they're going to have problems in the center, and especially figures of authority. Very common. So that's why we don't take it personal when it happens to us. They have these unresolved issues. Right, Mila Melo? So the Spiritists should be respecting the management of the center and helping spontaneously the directors. Listen and make constructive comments. That's hard, because sometimes we don't do it. We just criticize and perform little tasks. Tasks that are helping the people who are coming to the center. Sometimes a child who's crying and we volunteer to appease the child. Sometimes, as he says, we need to support somebody who is sick. We need sometimes to remove, like sometimes there is a skin of a banana on the floor. Somebody's going to pass by, it's going to fall. Oh, but I didn't put the skin of the banana on the floor. Well, but if you saw it, it's on you to pick it up and trash it out. If I saw it, it's on me to pick it up, trash it out. Right, Rudy? So we really need to meditate on this message. He says the Spiritist is called to collaborate with the common harmony. I think that statement says it all. The harmony of everything and everyone. Everything and everyone. Sunshine is saying projections are however part of all human relations. also from the president of the center to the group members. But you know, Sunshine, there is a rule of thumb that Kardec says to us in the Medium's book. When we go into a center, we respect that administration. If we don't agree, we leave and form a group, but we don't create a mess inside. So if the president has issues and is projecting onto the members of the center, if I don't agree, I'm out. That's what Chico Xavier himself did, and that's why he formed the Third Spiritist Center. He didn't agree with some of the directors. He got out. He didn't create a commotion. He didn't impose himself. He didn't create unsettling feelings. And that's what Kardec says. Each center shall function as the directors think wisely to be. If we don't agree, we leave and form a group. And we're still friends. And that's what we tell at the Spirit Side of Virginia every workers' meeting. Not because we have problems. We will always remind, sooner or later, people here will be multipliers. So don't be shy. If one day you feel like creating a group, go form a group. But then you take the charge of leading a group the way you find proper. And it's not easy. But we have no right to stay in the center, creating commotion because we disagree with the directors. Emmanuel is stating to us clear-cut here. He says, to respect the management of the center and contribute spontaneously with the directors, extinguishing criticisms, quarrels, disturbances, and difficulties. And if we think we are more right than the others, we humble ourselves up and say, you know, I'm going to try another way. And that's the way to go. We need more centers and less people inside the same center. Right, Sunshine? So thank you for making that comment. It's so important for us to revisit that concept of Kardec. If people think they can do better, be friendly. Talk to the president and say, you know, I love you. I would love to stay here, but I think I can do something else. That's okay. But we don't need to be enemies just because we think different strategies. You know, I have this beautiful story of New York. The Allan Kardec Spiritist Center of New York. One of the directors is Norma Guimarães. I remember 10 years ago. 2 groups were formed out of it 10 years ago. The Inner Enlightenment Spiritist Society and the Mount Vernon Spiritist Center. The 2 groups got out of that group and formed 2 other groups in different locations. They still kept being friends. They didn't become enemies. And we shouldn't be enemies just because we think a different direction. Right? It's natural that it's like our home. If I go to your house, when do you do laundry? You know, when I do laundry, I do my laundry in my house. And I tell Carlos. Carlos tells me, but Vanessa, you do laundry every day? I said, no, every other day. Why? Because I don't want to accumulate and do a whole lot once a week. I prefer to do it every other day because I feel I can manage more. So if I go to your house and you say, I do laundry once a month, am I going to be upset with you? No, it's your house. But if you come to my house and we live under the same roof and you're going to accumulate the laundry for a month, I'm going to say, in this house, we do laundry every other day. Oh, but I don't agree. Okay, so then you go back to your house and you do laundry once a month. We can still be friends. But we're not going to become enemies because of the way we do laundry. Right? Like grocery shopping, toothbrushing, etc., etc. And in the Spiritist Center, we shouldn't become enemies just because we do things differently. According to chapter 30 of the Medium's book by Allan Kardec, each Spiritist Center is entitled to create its own subset of rules and regulations. If we don't agree, we say, thank you, friends, we love you, but we want to create something that is more compatible with what we believe, and that's okay. And we shall support one another. That's the goal. And we need more centers as we speak. So, here we have Emmanuel telling us, perform the little tasks, and he says, collaborate with the common harmony. And collaborate with the common harmony is silencing differences, deleting resentments, stimulating the good, and forgetting omissions on the field of individual demands. Okay, again, above all, the Spiritist in a Spiritist organization shall collaborate with the common harmony by silencing differences, sensitivities. You know what it means? You know what it means. I know what it means. What it means? It means if somebody pushes that button on us, we're not going to home and say, but you see what happened, and this and the other. And then we say, you know what? Renew, begin anew, next day, it's okay. Sometimes people are not on their best day. Sometimes they are busy. Sometimes they're in a rush. Sometimes they have their issues. He says, deleting resentments. Some people accumulate. But what for? So incarnated and discarnated, says Emmanuel, we all attend, and he's saying that he attends Spiritist centers. Attend the Spiritist temple with the intention of receiving the attention of the messengers of the Lord. But our question to all of us right now is that your intention? Is that my intention when I go to the Spiritist center? But Vanessa, can you repeat? Yes. All of us incarnated or discarnated attend the Spiritist temple with the sole intention of receiving the attention of the messengers of the Lord. You know why we're asking this question to us? Because it's not a given. Some people go to the Spiritist center not to receive the attention of the messengers of the Lord. They go there to mingle with the incarnate friends. It becomes a club. I go there because I love my incarnate friends. And they forget that we're not there as an association, as a club. I go there because it's fun. We always have gatherings. We have a lot of Brazilian food. We have a lot of food. It's wonderful. That's not why we go to the Spiritist Center. That's why, for example, in our Spiritist centers, we're not allowed to bring food into the conference room. No food, no drinks. Only outside. Or in another room, but not the room where we do the sessions. Why? Because it changes the vibrations. Is this rigidity? No, it's coherence. A center without rules and regulations and without coherence does not survive. Does not go far. Hello, Leandro. We had such a beautiful day with the friends from North Carolina. It was surreal to receive such a beautiful visit by these beautiful families, this large group that thinks they are small, but we think they are large, and who are really striving to do their best to reach out to others. Good job, Leandro and friends. However, the messengers of the Lord, likewise, they expect our cooperation. So Emmanuel wraps up this message saying, you Spiritist, you're expected to cooperate, helping others, and helping the good spirits by working, serving, assisting, and giving. Working, serving, assisting, and giving. Working, serving, assisting, and giving. It's almost like the galloping. Do the good, do the good, do the good, do the good. Yeah, it's like galloping. Do the good, do the good, do the good, do the good. Inevitably, we need to do the good always. This is the message of Emmanuel to the Spiritists. You know what we need to do with this message? Read in every Spiritist center and tell everybody who comes in, do you consider yourself a Spiritist? Because if you do, the call is here. It's much more than just attending the meetings. It's about collaborating with a common harmony. Is that it? Yes, it is. And this is it for today, friends. A lot of food for thought. Emmanuel, in the Spiritist, in the team, gives us much more wisdom for the Spiritist practitioner. Tomorrow we come back, and Emmanuel is going to be back, and his message is going to be deeper. He's going to talk about a group in crisis. That's his message. A group in crisis. And just to give you a teaser, that when the group is in crisis, we shall not accuse, neither accuse nor lament. We shall work harder, forgetting all evil and focusing on the good. Mamma mia, only Emmanuel can do this. We'll see tomorrow, God willing. We'll be back here with more Spiritist practitioners, wisdom for the Spiritist practitioners. Thank you, friends. A big hug of gratitude, and until tomorrow.